Isn't that beautiful? Amazing. A red sun in the morning. Have you noticed how this little stream changed its course? When it went down here a couple of yards, it turned out to the right, and now it's gone off to the left. We're adjusting to the circumstances of nature all the time, even of our health. We need to adjust. It's essential. Growth is all about adjusting. And also decline. Decline is a serious part of life, because at the end of the day we will decline in our heartbeat, in our breathing, and one day we'll have our last heartbeat and our last breath, our last thought on this earth, our last prayer. We will be declining. The changes that happen, that's the course of life. And at this moment in the church, in the Acts of the Apostles reading, the church is growing and also adjusting. And a beautiful word appears in the vocabulary of the church. Diakonos. Diakonein is the Greek word to serve. And the service dimension of the church is always being expressed. Since Jesus took off his outer robe and girded himself with a towel and took a basin of water and washed the feet of his disciples. It's a major dimension of the church. Think of all the orphanages, all the hospitals, all the schools, all the points of support, of counseling, of encouragement, of company. To serve. A need emerged. And you can see also the church rising above ethnicity, but also taking care of the implications of ethnic difference. Because some are complaining that they're being neglected. And the church is listening to this. Sometimes we listen slowly, sometimes we react slowly. We have to learn to listen, learn to react promptly. And then there's a very interesting line there, which might disturb some present-day thinking. But it's there in the scriptures, and it says, a large number were growing in obedience to the faith. Faith is through the ear. The word obedience includes audio. to listen, to hear. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is your God, the Lord alone. Him only shall you serve. Interior obedience before the call of God. I'm no longer the total source and autonomy of my life. I accept that there's a way of life I'm called to follow. We have 3 pumps pumping full-time the water out of the ritual bath area because of the abundance of water that's coming in there. And this is part of the Mississippi River you see here flowing down. Yesterday I saw a catfish climbing up here against the current. Trying to get this stabilized here a little bit. So climbing up here against this water. There are a few catfish over there. I see them, but they're not moving. And if I move down to more closely, they will probably just disappear. Something marvelous about water flowing, isn't there? Water, wind, fire, and earth. The major elements of the universe recognized in antiquity. And the wind is blowing here in the Sea of Galilee in the Gospel story. And the disciples are running scared. They think Jesus has gone missing. He hasn't shown up. And then he's walking on the water toward them. And they're even more scared. And then they want to take him in on board, but they've already arrived. It's like a hidden miracle inside the miracle there. The storms of life raging in the subjective perception of people can have huge crisis, but it's not really based on fact. And then you have real major assaults on life. Assaults on marriage, assaults on children, assaults in society, kidnappings, murders. I just heard a couple of days ago about one country that has over 180,000 murders since the beginning of the year. The need to pray, the need to have Jesus walk on the waters, on the storms of sea and society. And an interesting thing is it's not covered in the media. It's even denied by some officials. It's amazing what some people go through and nobody notices, nobody knows. the listening of service, the willingness to get involved and bring solutions to major needs of society, to serve major needs. If we leave it like that for today, wishing you many blessings in the more concrete moment of your family. Maybe there's storms, maybe there's growth, maybe there's decline, and your willingness and heart of warm service, affectionate care and attention. God bless you here from the Sea of Galilee. Have a blessed Saturday. If there are Jewish people listening, Shabbat Shalom.